it is the Raider Corner. Eric Johnson with you as we, as always, are simulcasting live on Clear 101 KLIR and on the athletics page at cccneb.edu. And I think it's all because of this young lady right here. It's Coach Bree. Everybody's talking about Coach Bree. She's a media darling. And, of course, we got to have her in. It's been a while, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Eric. You're the common denominator.
I was going to say, I think I'm more full of the malarkey. I don't know what the hey. It's a great day for volleyball. And, of course, first and foremost, let's kind of begin things off. A sweep last night at the time of this recording. Marshalltown took care of business. Give us the recap.
Yeah, we played well last night. We won in transitions. We were able to get our middles engaged. We passed well, ran a balanced offense. Whenever you pass well, it's a coach's dream because you get to utilize all of your options. And Mia did a great job spreading out our offense. And then defensively, we picked up the things that we needed to and took care of the ball.
And, of course, can't go unnoticed. Mallory, Mia, and Malia recognition from last night. Tell us a little bit about their accomplishments.
Yeah, Malia played really well in the backcourt for us. She's our starting libero. She passed well. She was on her feet defensively and picked up a lot of touches there. She's a main reason why we were in system as much as we were. And then Mia's starting setter. She did a great job balancing our offense. I don't know that setters always get enough credit for hitting percentages because the hitters get the recognition, but the setter's the one that puts them in those situations. But our hitters also took care of the ball. So you mentioned Mallory Dreesen. She, I think, was in double digits last night with kills. Did a great job of finding multiple spots, whether it was a shot or a hard-driven swing. She did a great job putting the ball away.
Well, and, it's a great end to September. I know the last time we talked, we were getting right into the thick of things for September. Solid start going in. Hit a little bit of a skid as you kind of tapered off at the end of the month. It's tough to say the least. We knew about it going in. Tell us a little bit about some overall thoughts, what you pull out from some of those positives that you could take into October, because we all know, and like you said too, the main focus is coming in strong in October.
Yeah, so middle of September, we hit a little bit of a rough patch. We were trying some different offensive schemes, just weren't playing Raider volleyball. There's a couple of matches I wish we could play over because I think we would be a different team if given the opportunity, but that's not the game of volleyball. You got to show up every game. So wish we could have those back, but moving forward, we still have a ton of potential. So we said in the beginning of August that we were going to be an October and beyond team, meaning that some of our athletes needed a little bit of time to get used to the speed of play, getting used to just playing next to each other, a different coaching style and different gym space. And I really am excited for October and then postseason as well, because I think we are ready to peak just as the season starts to head in our direction here.
Now, when you ended up the end of the season, into the September here, did you expect to be around, you're sitting right now at 12-13. Are you confident you're comfortable in that area right now? I mean, obviously you wanted some of those, losses back as wins, but are you guys feeling, how's the squad feeling overall?
I'm confident in our squad, but I'm not satisfied with our record right now. Like I said, there's a couple of matches I wish we could have back, but we can't change that. So we need to look forward. I'm excited for our upcoming month of October. So we have 3 upcoming home matches. We need to show up. We need to play Raider volleyball, and we need to play well. So for me, that means we're coming into the gym and we're practicing hard every single day. We get to be on our home court. We get to practice on our home court. So we need to take care of business when we're home.
I know it feels good being back home. Feels good for the soul too, and no rest for the willing. Like you said, next week at the time of this recording, Wednesday, October 8th, you start things off with Ellsworth Community College. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, they're a good volleyball team. They've taken off some sets and then taken some matches from some teams in our conference, so they'll be a tough match. I think if we play Raider volleyball and we play confidently, we'll be able to take care of business, but we need to practice hard in the meantime and get ready for them.
And then you move on and take on Cloud County as they come into town. always a regular there against CCC. Tell us a little bit about Cloud County Community.
Yeah, I'm excited to have them in their gym. They're new to me because I have not seen them yet this year, but I know that's a regular on Coach Young's schedule. So I drove past their school on our way to Cali, so I recognize them there. But excited to have them in our gym, and I think it'll be a good match.
So overall, taking a look, you got the 3 games, of course. With every opportunity, you had some chances to go out and take part in some recruiting efforts as well. Any news, any updates from the recruiting front that the travels that you took part in, the little time you got available?
Yeah, we're just always in recruiting mode. So no real big news, but definitely traction and with a lot of athletes in state. And then I'm looking into Iowa and Kansas as well. So we have a couple of athletes we've reached out to there. Just continuing to build relationships in the recruiting process. That's a big part of it for us is not only do we want good volleyball players, but we want good humans as well. And so I need to get to know those athletes off the court as well as get to know their families. And while we're in season, it's hard to find a lot of time because athletes are also in season and they're busy with their own schedules. So it means a lot to me when I'm able to connect with athletes, especially this time of year.
We're talking here with Coach Bree. It's the Raider Corner, which you can find on Clear 101 KLIR, as well as the Fan Zone on the Raider page at cccneb.edu. Like we talked about here, a 3-game homestand coming up for you guys. Looking ahead on Wednesday, what's the game plan? What's the practice going to be like here for the next few days? What are you guys going to focus on?
Yeah, we need to focus on ball control. So serve and pass is always a staple in our gym. We need to win the first touch, whether we have the ball in our hands or whether we're in serve receive. From there, it'll be getting our middles engaged. When we can get our middles engaged, then we're able to utilize our pins and run a much more balanced offense and open up a lot of opportunity for us offensively. Defensively, we're a scrappy team. And so for me, it's always finding ways to challenge our defense in practice, whether that's elevating hitters onto a box or adding some chaos balls in the mix just to try and make it harder than the game. And then for our attackers, we're going to try and have some hands in front of them anytime they're swinging, put them in some situations that are more difficult than a game. So a staple in our gym is the 5-kill drill. Our girls hate that drill in the sense that they love that it makes them better, but they hate being in it. But we'll add that definitely in the upcoming week.
It builds character. That's what they always say. That's what all the coaches always say. It builds character.
That and better volleyball players. Yes.
Well, and we never get a chance to really show some spotlight, show some love. Players that are standing out for you so far midway through the season. Who's really going above and beyond in your squad?
God, Eric, I could list off every single one of them. First one that comes to mind for me is Kaylee Jackson. She's stepped up into a role and has done a great job up at the net for us on the right side. Our DSs, it's a revolving door at times just because each one of them brings something different to the court. So Ashton Hikas has a great serve. She comes onto the court sometimes. Callie Morinelli brings some energy. You'll notice her on the sideline, but then she also brings it on the court as a defensive player. And then Ray Gaden too, great serve. She brings a lot of different gifts to the court, whether it's an attack or a defensive sort of stature. And golly, I could talk about our middles all day long. Chloe and Carrie are doing a great job for us, whether it's sealing the net with a block or putting the ball away. Mia always spreading the ball around as our setter. Treason and Marin as our outsides. They're reliable. We can give them any sort of junk ball and they'll keep it in play. And then Malia is our rocket libero. She does a great job of staying steady. And I'm really excited to see where this team goes in October and then beyond.
Yeah, I am too. It's starting to build that foundation. I could really tell that foundation of success. I know it sounds cliche, but there's some good, good things vibing out, coming out of your Coach Bree that I feel like this is going to make the Raiders just dominant going forward.
No doubt. And we have a great coaching staff. I think it is such a gift to have 4 coaches in the gym. And while, there might only be 2 of us on the road, that's a great addition to our gym. We always have an awesome staff on the sideline. And then another player I didn't give a shout out to is Jaylee. Jaylee always brings a smile to practice, and we've put her in some clutch situations, and she's handled it really well. So, like I said, I could talk about my team all day long. I could talk about our team all day long. And I could talk about our staff all day long because I think it's second to none.
And, of course, you're keeping Mary in check, right? I haven't seen her in a while. How's she doing?
She's doing great. You know, we got off the bus last night. We had a late night last night from the road, but it's always a great day to be a Raider.
Amen. What a nice way to finish things off. Coach Bree joining us. Final thoughts, Coach. If they ever want to get a hold of you, how do they contact you?
Shoot me an email, briespenner@cccneb.edu. Please and thank you.
There you go. For Coach Bree, I'm Eric Johnson saying so long and go Raiders.